Hey everybody, Christina here, and welcome back to another video. Now, do you guys remember those textbooks that they would assign to you in like middle school or like elementary school, and they're always kind of like beat up and worn out? And you looked at the dates and they're like from the late 90s or the early 2000s? Yeah, well, I'm gonna be showing you how I recreated some of the look in Photoshop. Let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm gonna do in Photoshop, I am going to go to my new file button and I'm going to go to print and select the basic textbook cover size, which is just the regular paper size. So now I have my file ready. One thing I want to point out is my workspace. I'm working in Essentials Classic, but I've moved some things around. If you were trying to find a window that I have open, you can go to the window tab on the upper left and just choose from there. So now I'm going to go to gradient and choose some of these funky colors because in my memories, I remember the textbooks being very colorful when I was like in middle school or elementary school. So I'm just gonna choose a few gradients and do what really feels right to me and just layer on those colors because why not? Everything was about color back then. And the first thing that I'm gonna add in after I put those colors in is gonna be a person. I remember my textbooks always having at least one person. For some reason, sweatshirts were always the outfit of whatever person they put on the textbook. So I'm just gonna add this person in. And now I'm just gonna add in my text. So I'm gonna use the text tool and I've already have chosen a pretty bold font, perfect for the old textbook feel, usually having a pretty big text size and then having some sort of interesting caption to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and add those in and I'm gonna customize my font. I can even change the color. And then at the top, I just inserted this rectangle so I could put my course name on here. And again, using that selection tool with the circle, I'm gonna put a backdrop for my text. That way it draws attention to the main title of the textbook instead of that studio course name. And now I'm just gonna add a shadow backdrop to this person by copying and pasting them in and then just selecting the subject. Now making sure that these are on two different layers. I'm gonna fill it in with a shadow-ish color, so maybe a gray, and then I'm just gonna drag it below and adjust the opacity of this. So now that looks pretty clean. And I think my textbook is about ready, but there's a few things that I need to do to really give it that old textbook feel. I'm just using the pen tool or the brush tool and I'm going in and putting in some of that pattern. And then now I'm just gonna change the layer behavior by having it be set on overlay and just adjusting the opacity a bit and just dragging it below so it doesn't get all of my text. The next thing I'm gonna do is add in that real paper feel. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy and paste a crumpled up paper, and I'm just gonna go to layer and set it also to overlay and just adjusting the opacity of it. Of course, if that behavior doesn't work out, then I would probably also try multiply. And so now you can faintly see that paper feel, and I added in a fake barcode to really give in that look of a textbook. On second thought, I kind of want to make this textbook true to its nature, which would be giving it a visible spine and some beat up corners to make it look like, raggedy. And so I found this pretty cool overlay texture on Adobe Stock. If you want to look on Adobe Stock, you can go to File and hit Search Adobe Stock. And before I move it over, I want to change it to black and white. That way the orange isn't so vibrant and changes my colors. I'm just going to go to Image, Adjustments, Black and White, make it a little bit brighter, that way it's not entirely dark, and just hit OK. And now I'm just going to copy and paste that over, hitting Control C and then Control V. And right now it's a little bit too big, so I'm just going to shrink it down, move it up, and it's almost exactly the perfect size for this. So just like before with the paper, I'm going to go to my layer behavior and just choose overlay. So now we can see that texture, but if it is too bright, I can always go to opacity and just turn it down a little bit. That way we can still see this like speed up texture right here, especially where those corners fold up. And we can see the spine as well. So now that I'm done with that, I'm just gonna go to File, Export, and Export As, and just save it to where I need to. And so now here is my textbook cover. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!